Greetings, viewers of High Excess. Are you finding yourself tangled in the intricate world of debt collectors and collection accounts? If the mere mention of these terms sends a shiver down your spine, fear not. In today's video, we're diving headfirst into the realm of dealing with debt collectors and collection accounts, what you need to know. So, if you're looking to navigate this often confusing landscape with confidence and regain control of your financial journey, you're in the right place. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries, share invaluable insights, and equip you with the knowledge you need to handle debt collectors and collection accounts like a pro. Have you ever received a call or a letter from a debt collector and felt your stress levels skyrocket? You're not alone. Many people find themselves in this situation, unsure of their rights and the best way to handle these matters. That's where we come in. Our goal in this video is to provide you with a clear understanding of how to handle debt collectors, know your rights in the process, and effectively manage those sometimes pesky collection accounts. We understand that dealing with debt collectors and collection accounts can be overwhelming, especially if you're not familiar with the terminology or your rights in such situations. But fear not. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with valuable insights that can help you take control of your financial journey. We'll cover a range of topics, from understanding the role of debt collectors to knowing what they can and cannot do when contacting you. We'll also explore your rights under the law, ensuring that you're treated fairly and respectfully throughout the process. And when it comes to those collection accounts that might be causing you sleepless nights, we've got strategies to help you manage them in a way that makes financial sense. So, whether you're dealing with an existing collection account or simply want to be prepared for any potential future encounters with debt collectors, this video is here to serve as your comprehensive guide. We believe that knowledge is power, and when it comes to your financial well-being, being informed can make all the difference. So, let's dive in, shall we? By the end of this video, you'll be armed with the information you need to confidently navigate the world of debt collectors and collection accounts. Get ready to take control of your financial situation and pave the way for a more secure and stress-free future. Let's begin. Charge-offs and collection accounts. Let's start by defining two crucial terms you'll encounter in the world of debt management: charge-offs and collection accounts. First up, charge-offs. When a creditor determines that a debt is unlikely to be collected, they may charge off the debt. This doesn't mean you're off the hook for the debt. Far from it. Instead, it's an accounting practice where the creditor declares the debt as a loss on their financial statements. However, the debt is still owed and they may choose to handle it themselves or transfer it to a third-party collection agency. This leads us to the concept of collection accounts. Once a debt is considered difficult to collect and is charged off by the original creditor, it's often sold to a third-party collection agency. These agencies specialize in debt recovery and they purchase these debts for a fraction of the original amount. Now, it's important to note that you're dealing with the collection agency instead of the initial creditor. Now, how do collection accounts form? Well, when the debt is sold to a collection agency, they take over the responsibility of collecting the debt from you. This can result in negative items being added to your credit report. These negative items, such as collections, can have a significant impact on your credit score, making it more challenging to obtain credit in the future and potentially affecting other aspects of your financial life. It's crucial to understand this process because it directly impacts your financial health. Being aware of the terminology and the steps involved in charge-offs and collection accounts can empower you to make informed decisions about how to handle these situations effectively. In the next sections, we'll delve further into your rights, strategies for dealing with collection agencies, and ways to manage collection accounts while minimizing their impact on your credit. Stay with us as we continue our journey through the world of debt collectors and collection accounts, bringing you the knowledge you need to navigate these waters with confidence. Let's keep going. Debt collection agencies operation. Next up, we're going to explore how debt collection agencies operate, their strategies for recouping debt, and the aggressive nature that's often associated with their pursuit of payments. Debt collection agencies often purchase debt for significantly less than the original amount owed. This practice occurs because creditors, like banks, may decide that it's more efficient to recover some money immediately rather than continuing to chase the full amount. This leads to debt being sold at a discount, sometimes for pennies on the dollar, to these collection agencies. Once the debt collection agency acquires the debt, they'll make effort to collect the full amount from you. They may employ a variety of tactics, such as frequent phone calls, letters, and even negotiating settlements. It's important to understand that their primary goal is to maximize their own profits by getting you to pay as much as possible. It's worth noting that debt collection agencies are known for their persistence. You may experience aggressive communication from them, sometimes even bordering on harassment. It's crucial to know your rights and to remain calm and assertive when dealing with them. Let's illustrate this with an example involving a major bank. Imagine you have a credit card debt with a well known bank. Due to financial difficulties, you've fallen behind on your payments, and the bank decides to charge off the debt, considering it unlikely to be fully collected. The bank, looking to recoup some of its losses, sells this charged off debt to a collection agency. This agency, now the new owner of your debt, sees an opportunity to turn a profit. They start contacting you frequently, demanding the full original amount plus any additional fees or interest that may have accrued. In this scenario, you might feel overwhelmed and pressured to pay the full amount immediately. However, it's essential to know that you have rights, including the right to request verification of the debt, dispute inaccuracies, and negotiate a settlement that works for both parties. Understanding your rights. Now, understanding your rights under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, is essential when it comes to dealing with debt collectors. Let's outline some key rights that protect you in this process. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act is a federal law that sets guidelines for how debt collectors can interact with you. First and foremost, it prohibits abusive, deceptive, and unfair practices by debt collectors. This means you have the right to be treated fairly and with respect. One important aspect is when and how debt collectors can contact you. They are generally not allowed to contact you at inconvenient times, such as before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. If you inform them that you cannot receive calls at work, they must respect that request. If you don't want them to call you at all, you have the right to request that in writing. Your workplace is a crucial area where the FDCPA comes into play. Debt collectors are restricted from contacting you at your place of employment if they are aware that your employer prohibits such communications. If your employer doesn't approve, they should not be contacting you there, and you have the right to tell them to cease these communications. There are consequences for debt collectors who violate the FDCPA. If they breach the rules, they could face legal action and be required to pay damages to you. So it's essential to know your rights and stand up for them if necessary. Remember, as a consumer, you have the right to be treated fairly, respectfully, and without harassment. Understanding your rights empowers you when dealing with debt collectors, ensuring that the process remains within the bounds of the law. Steps to take when contacted by a debt collector. Let's proceed to steps to take when contacted by a debt collector. Knowing how to handle that unexpected call from a debt collector can make all the difference. Let's walk through the crucial steps to take when you find yourself in this situation. Step 1. Stay calm and be sure to ask for the debt collector's information, including the name of the agency, their contact details, and the name of the person you're speaking with. It's essential to keep a record of this information for your records. Step 2. You might hear the myth that confirming the debt is yours by stating your name is necessary. This is not true. You don't need to confirm the debt immediately. In fact, during the initial conversation, it's better to avoid confirming any details. Your primary goal is to gather information and understand the situation. Step number 3. Never reveal personal or sensitive information during the initial contact. Debt collectors may request your social security number, bank account details, or other personal data. Remember, you have no obligation to provide this information until you're sure of the legitimacy of the debt and the collector. Safeguard your personal information. Step number 4. Request written verification of the debt. This is one of your rights under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. A legitimate debt collector should be able to provide you with a written notice detailing the debt's origin, the amount owed, and the creditor's information. This verification gives you a clear picture of the debt you're being asked to pay. Step number 5. Take notes during the conversation. Jot down the date and time of the call, the collector's name, and any relevant details discussed. This record can be valuable if you ever need to dispute the debt or if any issues arise later. By following these steps, you're taking control of the situation and protecting your rights as a consumer. Remember, your goal is to understand the debt, verify its legitimacy, and maintain your privacy and personal information. Cease and desist letters and handling harassment. Let's now talk about cease and desist letters and handling harassment. If you're facing relentless harassment from debt collectors, there are steps you can take to protect yourself. Let's dive into these important aspects. Cease and desist letters. If you're dealing with constant and aggressive communication from a debt collector, you have the option to send a cease and desist letter. This letter informs the collector that you want them to stop contacting you. However, it's crucial to understand that this doesn't eliminate your debt obligation. It simply puts an end to the harassing communication. Contact restrictions. Debt collectors are allowed to contact you, but there are rules they must follow. They can contact you between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. unless you specify otherwise. They can communicate with you at your workplace if your employer disapproves. Understanding these rules can help you better manage when and where you receive these communications. Handling harassment. If you're facing aggressive tactics or harassment from debt collectors, it's important to document everything. Note down dates, times, names of the collectors, and details of the conversations. If you believe they're violating your rights, you can report their behavior to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau or CFPB, your state's Attorney General's office, or even consider consulting an attorney specializing in consumer rights. Protecting yourself from harassment is crucial for maintaining your well being during this process. By knowing your rights, understanding when collectors can and cannot contact you, and taking appropriate actions, you can regain control and ensure that your rights as a consumer are respected. Settling collection accounts. Next up, go for settling collection accounts. If you're dealing with collection accounts, you might have the opportunity to settle the debt for less than the full amount. Let's explore the benefits of this approach, how settlement negotiations can work in your favor, and some valuable tips for navigating this process. One significant benefit of settling a collection account for less than the full amount is that it provides an opportunity to resolve the debt and potentially improve your financial situation. Collection agencies may be willing to accept a reduced payment because they recognize that receiving something is better than nothing. This can be particularly beneficial if you are struggling to pay the entire original debt. The art of negotiation can be powerful when dealing with collection accounts too. Debt collectors may be open to negotiations, especially if you can demonstrate your willingness to cooperate. It's essential to communicate openly, explaining your financial hardship and proposing a reasonable settlement amount. Tips for making settlement offers. Start low. Begin your negotiation with a reasonable but lower than full amount offer. This gives you room to negotiate without immediately revealing your maximum budget. Get it in writing. Always insist on a written agreement detailing the terms of the settlement. This agreement should clearly state that the settled amount will be considered as payment in full for the debt. Stay firm. Be respectful but firm in your negotiations. Stick to the terms you're comfortable with and don't let pressure tactics sway you into making an agreement that's not in your best interest. Once you and your debt collector agree on a settlement amount, it's crucial to obtain a written agreement before making any payments. This agreement should outline the settled amount, the date by which you'll make the payment, and the confirmation that the settled amount satisfies the debt in full. Remember, settling collection accounts can be a positive step towards improving your financial situation, but it's essential to approach it carefully and with a clear understanding of the terms. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through the world of debt collectors and collection accounts, I hope you've gained valuable insights and information to help you navigate these challenging financial waters. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding your rights, taking proactive steps, and making informed decisions, you can regain control of your financial future. Facing collection accounts may be daunting, but you've learned how to handle debt collectors with confidence, assert your rights, and explore settlement options when appropriate. You've discovered the importance of documenting interactions, the significance of cease and desist letters, and how to report harassment if it occurs. It's crucial to remember that you're not alone in this journey. Many individuals face similar challenges, and there are resources available to support you. Consult consumer protection agencies, consider seeking professional advice, and always stand up for your rights. Your financial well being matters, and the steps you take today can impact your future. Keep learning, stay informed, and continue on the path toward financial empowerment. Thank you for joining us on this educational journey. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, High Access, as we continue to provide valuable content to help you navigate the complexities of personal finance. Remember, with knowledge and determination, you can overcome financial challenges and build a stronger, more secure future. Until next time, take care and best of luck on your financial journey.